So we have the Snowsky Echo Mini by FiiO. And what is this, Dan? Well, this is a very unique modern MP3 player. So FiiO is known for making really nice audio DACs and stuff at decent prices. So this is the product here. We have it in the sky blue colour. We'll have a look around the packaging first. Not too much here to offer. We're getting it in the different angle too, so we're going to be looking at the screen of the device. So yeah, this is the back of the box. Not too much on here. Just says Echo Mini, portable high resolution music player. There's also a thing here to check the authenticity of your device. And then we have not much else. Let's open up the packaging. So once we get our packaging out, this top piece here is normally where the device sits, but since I've been using it, it's out of the packaging currently. So it's quite nice padded form of that for transportation. In the bottom here, we do have a USB-C to C cable. Also have our quick start guide in a few different languages as well. But other than that, we'll have a look at the device itself. Not too many accessories. They do make a case for this product should you want one. It does look interesting. They are different colours. I'll put them on the screen. Also a variety of colours for this device as well. This is the sky blue variant. So let's have a look around the outside. First impressions of this device are it's very lightweight. It's 55 grams, believe it or not. So as you can see, this is the screen on the front here. On the top, we have our power button, our arrow keys, our play, this menu select button, a back button, and on the side, we have a micro SD card slot that can be expanded up to 256 gig. It does have 8 gig of internal storage, and it's also Type-C on the side there for charging. On the other side, because there's nothing on the bottom or the top except, a lanyard hole or something, we have 2 headphone jacks. So the top one is just for standard 3.5mm headphones, and then we have this bottom one here which is balanced for balanced input headphones. That's something I don't really have any experience with, but people that are really into audio will know what this is for and probably have headphones for it. So let's turn the device on. You just turn it on by pressing the power button. So it is supposed to look like a little cassette player, like Walkman type thing. That is definitely the appeal here. It's a little bit of writing on the back there as well. So this is the home screen when you turn it on, and you have 5 buttons on the bottom. We have system settings, we have music settings, music playback, playlist navigation, and file browser. So if you want to play music on this thing, I just got music playback. You hit the play button up top as a select button, and then once you're here, you can click the back button, which is this one over here, and then you can go to your artists or songs. So as you can see here, we have a few different artists on thing. So we'll just select artists for this, and then we'll go down, we'll just select this one here, we'll just click play all album, and as you can see there, we have our music playing, and we have some album art there. If we hold the arrow button down, forward we'll go to the next song. As you can see up here, there's a little counter. That's how you go backwards. If you want to go back, hold the arrow the other side, and it goes back. If you just tap it, it changes the volume up and down. Then we are 6, 7, and 6, 9. But yeah, if you don't like that song, go back, you can just go and change it, pick something else, and it'll also group the albums and play the artwork. Now, if you've maybe seen this thing around online, how I saw it, you'll have seen a cassette type player. We can change that. We can go into our settings, just go out of here and go along. You want to go into music settings, and when we're in music settings, you want to go to something called album art display, and we actually want to disable this. And why do we want to disable this? It's because it's going to do the cassette player thing, and there it is. There's playing the album. You should be able to see there the album information, the track, and everything, and it now looks like a little cassette. How cool is that? That to me is where this product shines. It's the gold standard to me, a little nostalgia offline iPod. I really do like this feature. And if you're not a fan of the blue, the matching, you can go and change it. You can go to your, I think it's system settings, and we can go down to the interface style, click into there. You can change it. Let's have a cherry blossom theme, or there's a black version for those that like a dark theme. There's also a light version for the light users, and there's a retro gold one. Let's go with the cherry blossom. Let's go with the retro gold. It looks nicer on camera. Might not be the nicest phone there, but yeah. You can also connect Bluetooth headphones to this device as well. There's a few different settings, that you might want to change on there. And one of the beauties of this device is it plays a ton of different formats. Here we are. While we're here, I'll show you the supported formats. So, you know, you've got WAV, FLAC, MP3, and like, you know, obviously all sorts, 320 MP3 and that. Very nice selection of formats that you can play on this device. If you buy music just on like Bandcamp and you just want to listen to that music and not use the app and have a completely offline experience, this is definitely something you might want to consider buying. So the way Bandcamp like stores its music, and you know, say, well, why are you talking about this, Dan? So there's a thing called tag data, and it's related to the music and the songs that are on your computer. And when you buy something off Bandcamp, it comes with everything there. So like, there's music on this device that doesn't show up unless you go into all songs. You go into all songs, or just isn't listed correct. If we go down further, where is it? Shelter Studios. I got the Into the Pit soundtrack on here. Now it says there's only 3 songs. I have the whole soundtrack. I just downloaded it off the website. I extracted it and put it on this device, and it only shows 3 songs. Now why is that? It's because the tagging data for this particular album download isn't complete. It only has information for the artist down here, and if we go back on here, you can see that there is no artist, there is no album for this. So the other songs are actually on here, and if we go back and we go to all songs, I forget where these are, but they're definitely on here. Yeah, so here are the more of them ODST songs that I was on about. Those songs are on this device, but can't be read properly and categorized into artists, albums, etc. They haven't been tagged up properly. So if you want to, you know, do that, and you want to use this device and have all like the little perks of albums and stuff, you're going to have to do that yourself. You're going to have some tagging software. Now, there is free tagging software on Mac. I'll put what I'm using. I'll show you a screenshot of what I mean as well about how the tag system on this particular FNAF album is broken. It was also broken for this other album I downloaded, the Essentials album from December Falls. That also didn't have complete tagging information. That's a problem if you don't just use Bandcamp music. The Bandcamp stuff, I don't know if it's something Bandcamp require or just something that happens with the website. I've never sold music before, but anything I got off Bandcamp, downloaded and put straight on this device, it works perfectly. It comes with the album art and everything. So tagging might be something to consider. You know, there might be a little bit more time involved. One thing I will say negative about Bandcamp stuff is, let's go into this album here, and it has the artist and the album for every one of these songs. So you can tell that's the song there. If we go back, change song, you know, that's the song title up top. It just doesn't show it properly. It will show it, but you've got to like sit on it and wait for it to go along like that. That to me is like one of the negatives. It's not really this thing's fault, because this is how the file names look on the computer. If you download something off there, you open it up, that's how it's going to look. It's a good way if you just want an offline experience and you support like indie music and things like that nature. You want to use that, and there may be a little bit of work. Maybe Windows does it a bit differently. You can find the artwork or some software out there for those. If you're in the know, let me know. You know, if there's some software out there and it just gets all the metadata and everything for you, so you can have everything tagged correctly and you can just put it on a device like this and it just works properly. But without that metadata, you know, with the lack of a touch screen, it does make things a little bit harder to navigate, you know, if you just want to listen to some music. Now, overall, I do like it. I think it's a novel device. It's unique. It's definitely for people that want to try a more analog life. I do think it's the way, and I think if you're about the analog life, the tagging, you know, it's not the worst thing. It's a little bit annoying, but to be honest with you, the tagging software I found on Mac, I think if I spent a little bit more time on it and I figured out how to use it properly, that might be better. Other than that, I do quite like this device. I like the gimmick. It's not heavy. It's not even that big. Here's like some early AirPods for scale. Like, it's a little bit thinner than the AirPods. Of course, it's longer. By the way, AirPods are not, and Apple earphones are not supported by the Bluetooth chip on this device, apparently. I just use wired headphones on this device instead of these. But yeah, the Apple one's not supported. I do quite like this device. Like I said, there is a case, so there is some upgradability to it. But if you want to go for that retro aesthetic, I definitely think this is the way to go. I love the cassette vibe. I love the retroness of this design. And once you've got the hang of this, you know, there's a little bit of a learning curve to learn this. But after 10 minutes or so, you're going to be fine, you know, using that. But overall, guys, I do quite like this device. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Have you used anything like this before? What do you think of it? Let me know below. I'll see you next time.